everybody. Today we're on Ascent number 8. We're going up the Worcestershire Beacon again, the highest one. And we took a different route today. We went through town and we're going up one of the main tourist paths, as it were, up the Worcestershire Beacon. And on the way up, we came across this rather extraordinary view. As you can see, there's a very big old tree here, and it's grown over the kind of side of the rock, so you can see its roots. And we're going to be talking today about how the Davis orientation tool takes root in a Davis dyslexia program. Now, I've already mentioned in a previous video that we have an exercise called reading for disorientation. Reading for disorientation in a dyslexia program is done immediately after giving a person their orientation tool. And what we do is we explain to the individual that now that you've got your orientation tool, you'll be able to use it to turn off disorientation straight away. So once again, disorientation is perceptual distortion. It's when your mind is seeing and hearing what it's creating rather than what's actually out there. Orientation being that your mind sees what your eyes are seeing and it hears what your ears are hearing. And so we explain to the person we're working with that you don't learn very much from doing something just once. So you're not going to learn very much just from using your orientation tool once in order to experience turning off your disorientation. We need to exercise it, and we need to find something to practice using it on, something that will cause some level of mistakes and confusion so that we get some disorientations. I often explain to my clients before we start working on this that we're going to need to find an activity in which you're going to be making some mistakes. If we don't get any mistakes, we're going to have a problem. Because we need the mistakes and the slight confusion in order for you to experience going out of your orientation into disorientation. But if you catch the disorientation and you notice it using your orientation tool, then you can use your orientation tool to get back into orientation. So what we do is we start an activity such as reading with the person that we're working with a reading text that's maybe just a little bit very, very slightly beyond what they would comfortably read and confidently. And at the first sign of a mistake or confusion, we check whether there's been a disorientation. If the person confirms it, they've noticed it, then we invite them to use their orientation tool to turn off the disorientation and get back into orientation. And we find out what was the word or the symbol that caused the disorientation. Then once that's been identified, we go back into the reading and continue until the next mistake, confusion, or other phenomenon that causes a disorientation or a sign of disorientation. When we spot that sign, we ask the person we're working with if they did disorientate. Only they can know for certain. And if they confirm it, then we invite them again to use their orientation tool to turn off the disorientation and go back into orientation. And then we continue in the same way, getting multiple experiences at disorientation, orientation, disorientation, orientation, and so on until the person feels expert at noticing when they've gone into disorientation and using their orientation tool to turn it off and to go back into orientation. When the person we're working with has become confident in doing it, they can do it easily, and then they know that they've done it, then we're ready to move to the next stage of the program.